Yeah. So it's being recorded now. So let's continue. So for you to be able to, previously we've talked about what Power Query is, and I've told you that it connects data, it can transform data, and of course, it load the data back to the Excel. And for you to be able to, you know, transform your data in a normal way so that you will know how to even transform that data, there's something we call database normalization. So if those data that you want to get are not normalized, are not being transformed in a particular rule that the visualization tool will be able to accept it, and you have a good insight in your data, you need to understand this database normalization. So let's go ahead. So what is database normalization? So it is the process of organizing data in tables in a database. It will make it, when you normalize your data, it will make it easier for data analysis and visualization. And let's look at this example. If you look at this table here, this is the sales table. They've put the years in row here. The day for each year has been put in each column, right? Then the product is in a particular column, product group is another column, while the product color is another column. But look at these values here. Instead of us to have the value in just only 4 rows, we are now having it in we are having it in 16 rows, and 12 rows there is what is specifying zeros, which means that there is something wrong with our data. You get? So if we are now able to transform it, it will be, and when we understand how to transform it, we can be able to transform it in this short table here. So it is a Power Query that will make it easier for you to transform in this particular way. So the rules for database normalization is that each column should describe one attribute. If you look at the column here, it's describing only about products, the products and number. Here too, describing only about product group, about product color here. Then here is talking about dates only, and here is now talking about the amount. And those are the ways going forward you need to be able to be putting your data so that it will be easier for visualization and analysis. Another rule is that each row in the column should describe an attribute. If you look at this row here, it's talking about only one date. The sales here is talking about only the sales for that day only. It's not as if you have, for example, this product column is not having chrome as a color, then maybe comma, maybe there is red there. No, each row is describing one attribute. Then in your database, some tables should be fact table, while some tables should be dimensional table. And that is where we are going to. What is fact table? What is dimensional table? I hope we are going along with me. Hello? Hello? Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So now, a dimensional table, when they say dimensional table, it contains one primary key that connects it with the fact table. That's the dimensional table. So dimensional table are, they are usually the short tables. If you look at this now, this customer ID is a dimensional table. Dimensional table describe one attribute. For example, it's talking about customer here. It's telling us what is the first name, it's telling us their last name. It describe everything about customer. It's not talking about any other thing again. That's what dimensional table does. So dimensional table is the one that usually have primary keys. Then when we talk about fact tables, they usually have foreign keys in them, and that it contains foreign key and attribute about that foreign key. If you look at this, date is the dimensional table too. So date you'll be talking about the month, you tell us the year, you tell us the quarter. Most times you talk about the year ID, the month ID. But when you look at the fact table here, fact table now tell us other attributes that about a particular foreign primary key that is coming from the dimensional table. So if you look at this here now, this customer ID, once the customer ID is in the other table here, is called a foreign key. But this customer ID in its own table is called primary key. So every other event that have occur that customer has created in the organization, it is the fact table that will tell us about it. Fact table will now tell us, okay, what is the quantity of products that the customer bought? What is that? What is the amount? What kind of products did the customer buy? And full information about this product is in its own product table. You know that you can see that the product ID is just only what is represented in this fact table. Other information about the product will not be there. So and that's why we have fact table and dimensional table, and both of them will be connected together, making use by using these keys here. That is how both of them will be connected together. So as you can see that here it shows other quantitative measures. So I'm talking about primary key. Primary key is a unique identifier of an item. You understand? Because there'll be a list of customers, there'll be a list of dates, there'll be a list of products. What can identify each product is the primary key. That is the ID for each product. So as we go along, as that I've sent you an Excel in the WhatsApp group. Let's download it to our PC so that we can be able to use it for analysis. Then foreign key is when a primary key appears in a fact table. That's when it is called a foreign key. So if you look at this customer ID, it's a primary key in its own table, but it's a foreign key in others table here. Did we get it? Because fact table, dimensional table is one of the key things that you need to know. In fact, when I started learning visualization, because I didn't understand what a fact table or dimensional table is, I usually have problem with visualization. And I have problem with um transformation of data because I don't even know what database normalization is for me to know what to transform to. So you need to know what database normalization is. You need to know what fact and dimensional table, understand it very well so that you can be able to carry out your transformation and visualization easily. So next now is, do we all have the file I sent to the Excel to our WhatsApp group? So let's download it. Hello? Yeah. What do you say? Yeah, the exercise I sent to the WhatsApp group. Let's take it to our system so that we can be able to import it to the Excel. Yeah, it can work on your phone no, because you need to use this Excel that the Power Query you are talking about need to install on your PC. So anyone that have gotten the file to their system, you can tell me on the chat box. At least if 5 people have done that, I can also continue here too. So that we are going to do it together. As I'm doing it, you do it on your own. Then probably one person will share his screen so that we can see what have been done. So if anyone has okay, I've seen one person, they download it to their PC. Okay, two, three, Someone has not installed. What is the problem do you have? What problem do you have with installation, Mr. Chijioke? Can you unmute yourself? For those that are using Excel 2013, please you need to upgrade it to um 2016. But of course, the recordings for the class will be available, so that even if you didn't have it now, once you install in 2016, you can be able to watch the video and practice it. Yes, the recordings will be available. So Mr. Chijioke, why have you not installed it? Do you have any issue with it? So three people have downloaded the stuff to their Excel. Okay. I think yeah. Okay, I'm with you. Okay. Yeah, please you need to upgrade. Nowadays, in fact, that's one of the reasons we are doing this. You don't need 2013 is I've someone to have chatted me off even before today. We need to upgrade. The world is moving very fast and we need to move with it. So please let's upgrade to 2016 so that we can be able to have the fine features of Excel. Yeah. So I think I can start now. So those that have gotten the file to their PC, so you can see my Excel, right? So let's click on blank workbook. Are we doing that? Or let's make it like this. I need someone to present, to volunteer and present. So I'll be telling you how to do it. I just want this class to be interactive so that it's not be as if I'm the one that is um okay, I'm coming. Oh yeah, yes, you can present. Mr. Nuruddin, do you want to present, right? Hello? Okay. Yeah, I can see it. So click on blank workbook, not the file that we installed that you downloaded. Okay. No, not yet. It's still showing the SSS1 that you installed. Like the downloaded, sorry. Go to file, yes. You see blank that, yeah, click on it. Ah, why is it still showing your, well, entire screen? Okay, okay, okay. So do you want to represent? Okay. So for those that just joined, Mr. Nuruddin is trying to present his screen. I want to make the class more interactive so that it's not be as if I'm the one doing it. I need someone to be doing it also, and so that we can all get it. Yeah, I can see it now. The blank, yeah. Can you see Mr. Nuruddin's screen? The blank workbook. Okay. So, okay. So let's get started. So click on the data tab. What we want to do now is we want to connect to Power Query. We want to connect a particular file or a particular Excel file or a CSV file to the Power Query. So how will you do that? Making use of Excel to connect to Power Query is you click on your data tab, then click on from text slash CSV. You need to know the file that I sent to you. That file is a CSV file or Excel. Okay. So click on from text slash CSV. Then those that are also using 2016, you might have new query beside that get data. Click on that new query. You will see from file slash CSV there. So locate the file that you downloaded, that exercise one, locate it and import it to the Power Query. Okay, okay. So you need to save it on your PC. So others, are we following? Do you have any issue? Others too, please save the exercise that you've downloaded, save it on your PC so that you can be able to import it to Excel. What do you say? Mr. David, I can hear you. Hello? Okay. Mr. Nuruddin is going to do that for us. Don't worry. Once it's saved, we'll repeat it again. Okay, okay, you just joined the WhatsApp group. Okay. What Excel version are you using? Okay, you need to install Power Query. I'm going to send the link and the um there's need to install Power Query. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So Joy, you have Power Query. So you need to just activate it. Do you know how to activate it? On your Excel, you need to activate Power Query. You need to don't yet share, please. I want Tanurudin to be done with it. Okay. So on your Excel, right, you need to activate the Power Query. And to activate, you go to your options. Do you know how to locate that? Are you there? So what's your options? I'm coming. Oh. Yeah. So go to add-ins, add-ins, click on it. Then by your left, you will see come add-ins. Click on the arrow beside this. You see come add-ins. Did you see it? Yeah, click under where by your left, down by your left, you see manage. Then you see Excel add-ins. Are you with me? Click on the arrow. Click on the arrow beside that Excel add-in. Then you see come add-ins. Click on the come add-ins. Then tick those power query power. I think it should show. Then click go, right. You see Microsoft Power Map. Tick it, tick all those power pivot, all those power add-ins. Click and tick it. Then click OK. Yeah, so that's where we are. So you'll have seen that you see power pivot tab. So click on data. So let's wait for. So Sanuruddin, are you done? Hello. We are waiting for Mr. Nuruddin. No. Are you done? Okay. So let's go to your Joy and others, please. You want to repeat what before you connect your Power Query with the Excel file. So you go to a blank Excel. Are we there? Then you click on your data tab. Oh yeah, Mr. Nuruddin. Eh? Yeah, we can see the blank screen. So click on the data tab. Yeah, you click on from. You have to take it slow. No, we are trying to teach others too. Yeah. So you click from test/csv. Others, you might not have from slash, you have new query. So you click on the arrow beside that new query, you will see from test/csv. What you are doing is that you want to connect your Excel file with Power Query. We talk about Power Query also connects. It connects from other sources. So we want to pick a particular source now where we want to get our data from. So yeah, pick the exercise one here and click open, then import. Yeah, click on import. So, so now this interface that you are seeing, are you with me? This interface that you are seeing is you will want to now import. Is This is the interface that want to connect Power Query with the file. So it's trying to show a preview of how your file is. You get, you can see the file origin, you can see delimiter that it has made use of. Then you can see that the database, of course, is just based on the first 200 rows. So now, by your right down, you can see load, you can see transform data, you can see cancel. Assuming after you've seen this data, if is a data that you want to just load it immediately to meet your maybe Power BI or Excel, you will click on load immediately. But this data is messy, you want to transform it in a normal way. Look at space between, look at the metrics here. Yes, look at this, um the introduction aspect, the query name, source data, all this information here, you don't need it. So for us to be able to now remove it off and remove all this space, look at how the dates are in various column. Instead of it, all the dates should be in one column. Get, the amount also should be in one column. So instead of it being messy like this, for us to be able to now transform it, you now click on transform data. So click transform data. Are we all doing that? Are we all doing that? Okay. So, and you can see that, as I was trying to tell you, we are trying to tell us, how we want data to be. So for every transformation that you want to do, you need to know your objective first. Like, you need to know how, what you want to achieve. And what we are to achieve is that we want to put the sales column, the amount in one column. We want to also put our store should be in one column, our category should be in one column. So let me present now. I want to show you something. So what we want to achieve is this that I'm showing you on your screen. So you need to have an idea of how your data will be. And this is what we want to achieve before you now say, okay, let me now start transforming. Because if you don't have an idea, just like a free sketch of how you want your data to be transformed, you might just be parabolating around the Power Query editor and you won't even know what you want to achieve. It's somebody that is already used to Power Query that will know, okay, yes, this is what you'll have visualize it on your head. But somebody that is just new, you can have a sketch. Okay, I need my store should be in one column. I need my category should be in one column. I need my date in one column. I need my sales, the amount in one column. So you need to have a view of what you want to achieve before you start transforming, right? So let me share my screen now. I'm trying to connect to the data. I've not done that before. So now we are all in this Power Query editor, right? Hello? Okay. So as you can see, here is the query part where I told you that yes, the list of all what you've imported will be there, right? Then of course these are your apply steps where all the whole step that you've taken will be shown. So let's get started. For us to be able to achieve what I've shown you earlier, your sales in one column, category in one column, store in one column, the first thing you need to do is what? You need to remove this information that is not needed. So Mr. Nuruddin, can you present again? Yeah, present. I needed to show you that what we want to achieve. That's why I presented then. Yeah. So the Power Query, yes, we can. But what are you presenting? Yeah. So import it to the Power Query. So for those of you that you didn't get it initially, look, please see how it's going to import to Power Query again. No need to go back. Just click on data tab. This your file is even on read only. Can you close it now? Close it. Hope you are sharing your entire screen so that we can see what you are doing. Yeah, yeah. Transform data. Yeah, yeah. So you can see the data. Now you need to now um how do we now transform to what I showed you earlier? By making sales in one column, store in one column, all these amounts that you're seeing, all of them should be in one column. First, you need to remove this information that you don't need. And removing this information, which means that you are removing a particular row, right? You are removing from row 1 to row 6, right? So how will you do that? You in your home tab, are you there? In your home tab, yes, you will see remove rows. Remove rows. So there's an arrow there. Click on the arrow, down arrow. Yeah, so you now click on remove top rows. It's going to tell you that it's like it's showing you that how many rows that you want to remove. If you look at the information, how many rows is occupied in this information, that this information occupied, it occupies 6 rows, right? So you write number of rows 6, then click OK. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. um what version of Excel are you using? Okay, did you have under your data tab? Hello, David. Under your data tab, you, you don't have, did you have get and transform? Hello. Did you have new query there? Click on new query. There's an arrow down besides the new query. Click on it. You'll see from text/csv. So click on from csv/text. You import your data like that. So yeah, I'm starting doing. Let's go ahead. Yeah, so click OK. Yeah, as you can see, it has removed your rows. But I think you need to remove the one with blank. So Mr. Nuruddin, can you cancel no the row in one column, like your first row, row 1, yes, I think we're supposed to add it to it. So for us not to be having wait, for us not to be having duplicate remove top rows, if you look at the apply step tab, can you see under your apply step, by your right, by your right, under the query settings, you can see apply step. So just click on that X that you're seeing. You want to cancel that step. Yes, click on, there's this X here, X beside it by the left. Now removed top rows. Yeah, cancel it. That's one of the feature of Power Query. Any step that you don't want, you can cancel it and start again. Right? So which means that we need to remove 7 rows, not 6 rows, so that we can have the headings promoted to headings immediately. So now go back and remove 7 rows. So how will you do that? In your home tab, then remove top rows. Exactly. Yes. 7. Yeah. Then click OK. Yeah. So now we now have metrics, the normal heading for the table, right? So you'll be wondering, how will you now make this headings in the first row to be an actual headings? So how will you do that is that in your home tab that you have, you see use first arrow as header. Have you seen it? Okay, so there's an arrow beside it. Click on the arrow, the down arrow. So once you click on the down arrow, or probably you just click on use first row as header. Yeah. So you know that we've removed the information that we don't need by saying remove top rows, right? Then the first row that have the table header, we need to promote it to the header. When you are seeing this column one, column two, column three, it shouldn't be column. The header for our table are already stated there. That's match metric, store, category. So for us to now promote it to header, you need to now click on use first row as header. Just click on it. It will automatically promote. Have you clicked on it? Hello? Click on use first row as header under your transform, under home tab, but transform under home tab. No, go back to home tab. Then locate use first row as header. You're almost there. Yeah. Click on it. Let's see what is there. Click on it. Let's see what is there as first row. So it is use first row as header that we want. So click on use first row as header. Okay. So as you can see, yeah, we now have our header. It has promoted it to header, right? So what next we have to do is, if you look at it, look at this data now. We also want our date to be in one column, right? And if you watch if you look at the what we want to transform it to, there's nothing like ref one column there. So which means that we need to remove this ref one column, right? So you highlight the ref one column and go to remove columns. Have you seen it? On the arrow, down arrow beside it. So remove columns because that's what you highlighted. So click on remove columns. Yeah. So please let's note under the apply step, you can see that all the processes that you are doing is already being stated there. So those are the usefulness of Power Query. So let's go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the system will not, remove top rows is that all those 7 rows, the information, it will bring back the information. So Mr. Amenudin, try and do that. Try and remove just, yeah. Let's see what will happen. So click on the, yeah. It's asking you. It will ask you the information. Are you sure that you want to delete it? So if you now say yes, yeah, click on delete. It's actually, it gives you an error. So Joy, this is what it's going to do for you. So what this one is, so go to that error. Let's see what it's trying to explain. you can see the column metric of the table was not found. So Joy, so it's telling you that if you want to make any cancellation, you can't do the cancellation of what you've done before. You have to delete the one down it. Or probably, if you, of course, if you do an error there, there are some settings that you need to do. So Mr. Nurudeen, go to click on source. On the apply step, click on source. Yeah. So and for you can see that the your original data is still there. So if once you locate your, that's one of the usefulness of Power Query, to locate your original data. It's telling you that even if you've done all the old transformation, you still have it if you have your source there, right? So click on that removed columns. Are you with me? Click on remove columns in the apply steps. No. Under the apply steps. Yeah, so cancel it so that we can go back to where we are working before. Yeah, do that one too, cancel that one too. No, cancel the change type so that we can now go back to where it not give us error. Yeah, so this is promoted, it has even promoted the header, right? So click remove that promoted headers too. Okay, so oh yeah, remove the rows and do the other ones that we've done before. Others, please, hope we are not confused though. Hello, are we getting it? Okay. Then promote your headers. Yeah, remove ref column. Yeah. So now remember we want our date to be in one column, right? So for you to now turn rows, sorry, for you to turn column, all this date that is in column, you want to turn it to rows, right? And yeah, so for you to turn this column to a particular row, so you need to do on pivot. And how will you do that? So you go to your transform tab, then locate on pivot columns. But have you located it? But wait, you know, you need to highlight the columns that you want to on pivot, that you want to turn to rows. You need to highlight them. So which means that you need to highlight all these dates. But I need to, for every two, there is always an easier way. So instead of you start highlighting one by one, the easier way is that highlight category. Are you with me? Category column, then press down your shift, then highlight, click on query, and click on the sales, sorry, the metric column. Okay, yes. Then hold down your shift key. Uh-uh. Just click on that, the rows, that category row, category column, sorry. No, 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 no. Category column, not like that. The CAT column. Yeah, the third column, the CAT, yeah. So hold down your shift key, then click on metric column, the first column. Hello, are you still with us? So once you done that, so now the down arrow beside on pivot column, click on it. So now say on pivot other column. So but wait, don't yet click on pivot, just highlight it first. So what this one is trying to tell you is, if you look at this on pivot columns, it's telling you that if you should click on pivot columns only, it's going to on pivot these three columns that you've highlighted. But if you click on pivot other column, which is that all other column that you didn't highlight, if you, for example, now if you have like 200 or 365 column for all these dates, instead of you doing one by one, so if instead of doing it one by one, you've gone to the shortcut aspect of highlighting the small columns that you need to highlight, and click on on pivot other columns. If you want to pivot only selected columns, you can also do that. But what we are doing now is on pivot other columns. So click on it. You can see it, right? So which means that you've turned your all those amounts in like the various rows that is occupied, you've turned them to only one column. Did we get this? So here now, hello? Yeah. So which means that here, let's now look at also what we need to do. Do you, of course, this metric table is sales. And since all these figures here, they are sales. So which means that we can rename this value here as sales. So how do you rename? Just double click on that tab there, that value tab, double click on it. It's going to highlight it and and tells you should rename. Is everyone doing that? So name it as sales. Then also the one that have attributes, rename it as dates. So with this now, you can also now see that what else do we need to do? You like yourself, okay, all these empty rows that I'm seeing, I don't need them. So we are going to remove it through filter. So click on the down arrow beside date. So uncheck the blank, then click OK. You can see that we are a bit fine, but go to, there's still blank in the sales aspect. So you use filters also remove that one. So click on the down arrow beside it. Go down. Yeah, click on blank. Yeah, so we are fine now. What else do we need? Remember, it's just only 4 columns that is in what we want. So which means that the information in this metric table is not useful because we've already named the amount column here as sales, right? So highlight it. Highlight the metric column. Then go to your home tab. Then click on remove columns. No, no. Yeah. Then remove columns. So you can see we've transformed it to what we actually want to transform it to. Then I need to also say this. Each, if you see beside your date, you can see ABC, right? Beside your sales, you see ABC 1, 2, 3. So wait, don't yet click on it. Another thing that Power Query or any form of tool for visualization or transformation is that for each column, you need to specify the data type. You call something data type. The type of the data type that is in that column, you need to also specify it so that if Power BI or any form of visualization tool want to visualize your data or want to help you provide insight, is going to try to understand the kind of data is dealing with. Because if it doesn't understand the kind of data it's dealing with, it will visualize nonsense for you. So you need to also tell for each column the type of data that each column contain. So this store now, actually, so click on that 1, 2, 3 beside the store. Anyone sha. Yeah, click on it. So all these ones that are listed here, they are the various data type in Power Query or any form of visualization tool. These are the various data type. We have decimal number. um of course, those ones are usually attached for amount. We have currency. If you want to put it in dollars or any form of currency, you click currency, then whole number. So now this 1, 2, 3 that you are seeing there is whole number. So store is in form of whole number. That's why Power Query identify it as whole number. You can put it in percentage, you can put it in date and time, anyone that is date. Anyone that is ordinary text is the one that you see ABC. So for this one is whole number, and Power Query has automatically identify is fine. Go to category, it's also a whole number, and Power Query has also identified it. Then for the date, so you can see that date is we're supposed to transform the data type to date, right? So click on the ABC that is beside that date. Yeah, so click on date for it to be transformed to date. Yeah, so you can see now it has tell us that yes, the data type under this date column is what are date. Then the sales also. So if you see ABC 1, 2, 3, that ABC 1, 2, 3 means that Power Query does not know the kind of data type that is there. That's why you see ABC 123. So you have to define it now. So now is they are all decimal number, right? So you click on decimal number. Decimal numbers. So you've defined that yes, these are all decimal numbers. So these are the ways you the basic form of transformation that you need to understand. Bet it with me, if you import any data here, these are the basic things that you actually come across. But most importantly, you need to know what you want to transform your data to first. Just a rough sketch. And we've told you that yes, for every data, there must be each column must be specifying a particular attribute. So that's where you now say, okay, my sales will be in one column, my dates should be in one column. And most importantly, these applied steps that you're seeing, it has already specified all the old steps that all the old steps done. It bring it out for you. So another thing that this applied step is useful is that if you have any updates on this same Excel file, it's going to carry out once you import it. So before I explain that, it's my Mr. Ismail, you are raising up your hand. Did you click on Mr. Nuruddin? Did you click on the for example this sales now? Click on there's a box beside it. So Ismail, try to check that. Do you see it? What did you put? What's it showing? Did you know how to share screen? Can you share your screen? Let's see. Okay, and you were able to were able to open your Power Query editor, right? Send the screenshots to the WhatsApp group. Let me see what you are trying to say. If you cannot share. So while he's doing that, this apply step, one of the usefulness is that your query, you can change the source of your query. So I sent something to the group also. Did you have exercise 1A update? So we'll assume that that is our okay, you don't have it. I'm going to send it to the group now. Your screenshot, Abby. Okay. Oh, uh, okay. On your home tab, eh? On your home tab, check. Did you have data type? Data type on your home tab. Look for where you see data type. So click on the down arrow. You should have various form of data type. So that's another way to change the data type for each column. So click on each column, be changing data type from there. So Mr. Nuruddin, you can also put your arrow on that data type. Instead of you clicking on the small box beside each column name, you can change the data type from the home tab and go to data type. No, you see data type. No, under um under the place that you did your use first row, on the top of it you see data type there. Yeah. So Ismail, have you gotten it? Yeah, probably is because you are using tab. Maybe that's why it's not showing the full function. Tab. Oh, and so why is it not showing? But of course, it has already, once you do that, it has automatically changed the data type like that. So the major aim is that you have to define the type of data that each column has. That's just the major aim there. You get, yeah. So now, I've sent a file to the group. I want us to be able to see how it's going to do an update, so that if you have an update on your Excel, instead of you now trying to import and now trying to do the transformation and once repeating it again, you don't need that. But you have to note that any update that you want to do, it must be of the same column number from your original file. It must be the same column number. I mean, the information that are there, it's just that there are additional rows that are there, or additional column. So also, before we import, I need to let us before you import, you need to do a particular transformation in the formula bar. So Mr. Nuruddin, are you with us? Okay, so under this formula bar, this you see fx, but wait, on your apply step, click on source. Are you there? Then in your formula bar, open it. There's an arrow by the right. Open it and let's see what the formula is stating there. So that's another usefulness of Power Query. Any transformation that you are doing, any step you are doing, it automatically be writing the code for it. So that probably you might want to reuse that code, or you want to make some other adjustments. So now, for you to be able to update, if you look at the column, it's saying column is equal to 35, right? So it's saying that the total column that you imported was 35. But now, remember that if you are updating, of course, the column number will have increased, because of course there will be additional days that the sales will have occurred. So for it to be able to for you to be able to use this query that you've done before, regardless of the number of column that is new column that you want to import, you will now have to cancel this column number equals 35 from it, including the comma after that column number equals 35. You cancel it off. Oh yeah, delete it, including that comma. But be careful when deleting, so you're not going to delete another code. So delete that one. Yes, yeah. So what you have done now is that even if you import and they are of the same type of data, it's just that they are now additional rows, they are additional column. You should be able to apply all this query that you've done. So go back to the change type. Click on under the apply step, click on change type. Are you with us? Yeah. So you can see that, no, change type, The last query, the last transformation that you did, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you can see that nothing happened, right? So now let's try to import the updated version of this. So how will you do that? You go to your source. That is, you want to change. Okay, Ismail, you still have a complaint. Okay. Yeah. You have to go and open up that formula bar. Did you open it? Yes. No, if you click on the source, you have to now go to formula bar and open it yourself. Sanuddin, can you repeat what we did before? Source. Do you know what? Yeah, if you can do that, it will be better. So while he's trying to share his screen, so we want to import the new updated information. You've saved the data, right? The file on your system. Okay, so click on source. So there is one setting symbol by the right beside that source. I hope others too are following us. Hello, everyone. Okay. So the settings. So Ismail, are you? I can see your hand raised again. Okay, you can lower your hand for now so that. So you can see the file path that is there, right? It's telling you open file as the CSV, the original file, the line breaks, and other information. So what you want to do is that you want to now change the source. So click on browse. So pick that size 1A update. It's not size 1A. Oh. I've sent another file to the WhatsApp group. Or has any other person saved and seen the file? Okay. Okay, I think it is ready. Yeah, 1A update. Yes, import it. You click OK. Okay. Then you go back to your Yes, once you click OK, it's of course it has to, yeah, so go back to try to check all the old information. Initially, before the first information stop at 2018, this information should stop at 2019. So there is one arrow that you can use to check all of them now. Downside by your right, down, as if you want to navigate the Excel. uh Initially, our data stopped at 2018, but you can see now that the updates include 20, sorry, data stopped at 2018, but now the data has included 2019 information, right? So which means that it has changed the updates. So I'm just trying to tell you, if there's an update, you just have to pick where you save that updated file. As long as the file is the same thing, it's just that there are additional column, there are additional rows, of course, that are there. So you have to change the source. So once you change the source, imagine you importing a new one and start trying this process again. Is stressful on, if you are dealing with a huge amount of data. So now if you just click on change the last transformation that you did, it will automatically do all this for you without you doing it again. So click on it. Yeah, did you see? So if you go down, you will now see 2019 information too there. So that's another trick that Power BI does. Did we get it? So some people are raising up their hand. Joy, can we hear you? Okay. And you're sure that it's Excel when 1A update that you source. Okay, can you share your screen? Charles, is your own too the same issue? Are you having the same issue? Import the updated file, right? Okay, let's Joy share. Joy, can you share your screen so that we can all see? So we are waiting for you to share. Ismail, have you been able to? Yeah, we can see it now. Ismail, have you been able to? Have we addressed the issue that you are facing? Yeah. Browse. Okay. Yeah. 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 Then click OK. Okay. Oh, did you delete that column? That's we went to your source. Wait, click on source. Yes, that column, the number of, you need to change, you need to remove it. Ah, that is why. What you are telling, because now I told you that Power Query also write the code for each step, so that we can be able to manipulate. That's why I say you need to delete that column off, so that irrespective of the number of column that you are bringing in, it can be able to show you all of them at once. Yeah. So once you are done, click on the last transformed stuff. You should be able to set. No, no, just vet your imported data. Just scroll down. You can see 2019 there, right? So that's it. The reason why you need to delete it is that you can see that when you didn't delete it, and the code the Power Query also works with code. It's just that it automatically write the code as you are doing the step yourself. So what that code is telling you that anything that will be imported, it will have only 35 columns and nothing else. So you can see that even if when you change your source, you can't see the new other columns that are there. You're just seeing only up to column 35. So which means that it is very, very necessary to remove that column number off. So what you are saying is that, okay, irrespective of anything that I want to import, show me everything. I don't want to limit it to total number of columns. You understand? Yeah. So yeah. So Charles, are you fine too now? So and you've gotten it from where? But is it from the source? Mr. Nuruddin, I think you can reshare your screen. Yeah, and that's what I've explained earlier, that look at when Joy didn't this off. The new updated file does not show other information in other columns. So what you are trying to tell Power Query is that irrespective of any number of column that I import, I want you to show everything. I'm not limiting it to column 30, 35 columns only. I don't want to limit it. And that's why you delete that code off, column 35 off. So let's go to let's so Sanudin, you can import exercise 1B. Or did another person want to try and share the screen so that we can make it more interactive? Joy, can you share your screen? Someone is raising his hand, so you can talk, please. I can't be able to pronounce that name very well. Someone is raising his hand, please, you can talk. Okay, Charles, it's you. Oh yeah, let's hear you. Okay. So Mr. Nurudin, can you now import exercise 1B so that we can go ahead? Okay, she should comment on the group, or you can send a comment. We can't hear you. So Mr. Nurudin, try to import. So wait, Mr. Nurudin, start. You can be able to import that exercise 1B. Are you with me? Or that um I told you Power Query Connect is transform, which we have done. Then you can now load it to any of your visualization tool you want, Power BI, Power Pivot. But here we are making use of Excel, so we'll load it to Excel. So click on your home tab. Sanurudin, are you set for us? So you click on close and load. There's an arrow down it. So you can see close and load. You can see close and load too. So let's first make use of close and load, which means that close and load it to Excel. So this is it now. This is the data that you've transformed. So assuming these data are large, probably the number of rows is thousands of rows that is occupying. Instead of you making use of formulas, trying to now get those, maybe those formulas are okay on Excel. Power Query has done it for you easily. So now let's import exercise 1B. So we can import exercise 1B now. Can you see the screen? Okay. So then click on transform and transform data. Are you there? Okay. Remember that we talked about you need to know what you want to transform it to. So I'm sending that to the WhatsApp group. So Mr. Nuruddin, you can just try to show us um that picture that I just sent. That's what we want to achieve. So this is what we want to achieve for this second transformation that we want to do. We want to make the store in one column, category, date in one column, sales amount in one column, margin in one column. We want to separate them. Then we also want to have year. It should state the year for that, for each of the sales that has occurred, right? So let's go to our Power Query now. So it has someone said that his Power Query is not showing the formula bar. I think you need to activate it for it to show the formula bar. See where Mr. Nuri is highlighting, that's formula bar. But for us to show it, go to view. Are you with me? Then tick formula bar. That is when your formula bar will show. Untick it, let's see what will happen. Okay. So those that don't have their formula bar, go to view, then tick your formula bar. You should see your formula bar. Are you fine now? Okay. So let's go ahead. So we've shared what we want to achieve, right? So how can we achieve that? So anyone, what should we do first? class, what should we do? We've imported this data and we want our column, we want to have sales column, we want to have store category column, we want to have dates. Instead of the dates should be in different. So which means that we will promote the first row as header, right? So starting to drink, click use first row as header. Yeah, it has been promoted to header. Then what else can we do? Remember, we want our sales to be in one column, our margin in one column, because if you see these figures that are here, you can see here it's saying that the rows from row 1 to row 8, all the figures that are there, they are for sales. While for row 10 to row 16, all the figures that are there, they are what? They are margin percentage, but it put them in form of decimal. So this data now, is we are having different two type of data in one column. So you remember data normalization that we talked about, it should not occur. Each column should be talking about one attribute, right? So for us to now be able to transform so that each column is talking about one attribute, so what next can we do? The other thing that we can do now is that this sales, you remember that we need to turn our dates here that is in different column, we need to turn it to row, right? Of course, what we are going to do is on pivot, right? But before we do that, if you notice that, remember the first one that we did is only sales that we have as metrics here, but now we now have two metrics. So for us to be able to now like have this sales and margin in different column, we need to fill down this sales here. Those that are familiar with Excel, this sales here, we need to fill it down up to row 8, that so that you can specify as sales. Are you still with me? Can you hear me? Sorry, my network was interrupted. Hello, can anyone hear me? So maybe the person that was sharing has left. So can anybody reshare again? But before that, someone is saying on the chat that he's making use of Microsoft Excel 2013. So you need to upgrade to 2016 upward so that you can be able to make use of Power Query. And for you to know the version of Excel that you are using, I actually describe on the video I sent how you will know that. So check the video that I sent to the WhatsApp group. So can anybody share his or her screen again so that we can continue? Those that are where we are. Yeah, who is okay, Charles? Oh, yeah, you can. We are waiting. Yeah, we are seeing it. So you're there, right? Yeah. 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 Eh? Make it uh it's fine now. Okay. Yeah, reshare then. Yeah, waiting no. Waiting no. Okay. Yeah. Make it full screen. Yeah, actually that's where we are. I was just trying to explain that you can remember that in your Excel, there's something we call fill down. And note that these cells here, the margin here, the margin is for row 10 to 16, and the sales here is for row 2 to 8. So we need to now fill down the sales so that all this one, so that we can know that yes, all this one here they are sales. I need to fill down for margin so that we can know that all these ones are margin. So that when we are pivoting, it's going to put it in two columns. It will go and put everything in one column. You get. So now, so what we have to do is that we need to fill sales down, right? So you go to your transform tab, then you can see fill down. No, first you need to highlight the column that you want to deal with to highlight the column first. Yeah, metric column, metric. So you can see your fill down, right? Click on the arrow, fill. It's fill that you see, fill under. Yeah, click on the down arrow, then click on down. Did anything happen? So despite the fact that you actually, because you guys you apply step, you can see that it sales fill down. Thinking that that step at, despite the fact that we did that, nothing still changed. So reason why is that the blank that you're seeing here, blank is also a data in Power Query. It's just that it's a data that does not have any data. So according to Power Query, if you are seeing blank like this, it's telling you that yes, there's a data there. But if there is NUL, if you look at where you are seeing none, LU double L, that is when Power Query identify that there is no data there. And that is if so assuming that there is NUL here, um it will fill down immediately that okay, there's no data, let me fill it with some data. So what we now want to do is that we now want to fill this, we want to replace this blank with NU double L. And for us to do that, you go to replace value. Can you see replace value under the transform tab? You click on it. So click on replace values. You need to select so that you know the column that, yeah, the column that you're dealing with. So value now is blank. So you leave it blank. Then replace with, go to replace with NULL. Type NULL. Then click OK. You can see now that it has done that. So now go to your fill down, fill, then fill it down. Do you see what it has done? So now we can now successfully do our unpivot by transforming this column here. We want to transform it to rows. So as we did before, highlight the other three column that you're not pivoting. Highlight category column, store column and metric column. Hold down your shift key, then but it's fine. Then go to unpivot under your transform tab. Okay, Joy. Yes. And NULL up like it's appear once when you replace value, right? It should now. Can you share your screen? Let's see it. Or wait. Let's finish this. We'll take time, then we'll now address all questions. Sanudin, you can still continue so that we'll time has already gone. Yeah. Yeah. So go to your transform, then unpivot other columns. Just be following us as it's something, these steps now we've done it before. So of course, once you are doing it yourself, you can be able to do that. So click on unpivot other columns. Yeah. So this is it. So go down. So there are sales and their margin. For you to check that, click on the filter on the metric column. You can see that there's margin, there is sales, right? So click OK. Just for us to be sure that we still have those ones there. So the next thing is that we need to separate these sales from margin. We don't want them in the same column. So what you are doing now is you are transforming row to column. When you are transforming column to row, you are doing on pivot. If you want to transform row to column, you'd be doing pivot column. So click on pivot column. Have you seen it under your transform? No, 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 no. Pivot, not on pivot. Pivot. Yeah, yeah, it's still under that tab. On the where down. Yeah, yeah. You've already selected the metric column that we want to. I told you that we have sales, we have margin. We need to separate them to different column. So yeah, so when you are transforming rows to column, that's when you are doing pivot. So select the metric column. So click on pivot column. Yeah. So it's now asking you that's the most interesting part at Power Query. anything you click on is going to tell you in English. It's not telling you to write code. So it's very, very easy. So once we are done with this class, if you are somebody that works with data, that you spent a whole lot of time on Excel trying to transform data, come and use Power Query. Just what I've explained to you, they are the basic things that need to be known. If you should be able to know this, you can do any form of transform. Any other thing that you need to know, you can always Google. Even a senior data analyst person still make use of Google. Google is your friend. So the most important thing is that just know the basic first. Once you know the basics, you are good with any other thing. And of course, if you have any issue going forward, that's why we have the group. You can always tell us on the group, okay, I need to do this. What can I do? Okay, I've tried this process, it's not working. What can I do again? So here now, he's saying that use the names in the column metric to create new columns. Yes, you want to use that. Now, he's telling you pick value column that you want. So, store is not our value column. Our value column is the main value column. So, click on the down arrow in the tab there. So, click value, the one that has amount, yes. Then click OK. Can you see it? It separated the sales and the margin. That's the magic. It's not telling you to write any code to do all this. It's just telling you to click this, click that. It's going to do it for you, right? So what else do we want to do? Let's go and check what we want to achieve. We are not yet done, no. We are seeing all your screen, sha. So let's check the stuff that I sent to you, that picture. Let's see what we want to achieve so that we can know the next transformation to do here. We want to, yeah, we need to rename, and we need to change data type, right? Then look at this. In the date column, it's only the dates that are there. There's no Q1, there's no Q something between that date, right? So let's go to the Power Query again. So Joy, can you share your screen? Sanuddin, so that you can carry her along. Hello, Joy. Others, please. Are we getting it? Yeah, so Joy, can you share? Yeah, we can see it. So you said okay. Uh-huh. So and you tried the new fill down. It didn't fill it down, right? Do you know what? Delete that steps. Delete all the old steps up to your fill down. Delete them so that you won't have much stuff there. So delete until this none is no more there. Because what happen is that the none that you're typing, it shouldn't be case sensitive. You've put capital letter for N. So now remove that fill down. Remove this fill down here. Then go to your replace value. Yeah, small letter, blank, then no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So do your fill down now. So you're fine. Okay. So I'm standing with you, you can share again. So we don't want the Q 2018, 2017 ordinary year to be showing, right? We don't want them. So we can remove those ones making use of filter. So uncheck 2017, 2018. First uncheck 2017, 2018 first. Those ones that are no, not the Q, not the Q. Check those ones. Go up again. That's 2017, 2018. Uncheck them. Click OK. Those ones are off, right? But if you look at those Q, assuming we have those Q2, Q stuff on like 1,000 rows and the likes, um you cannot be going but now start looking for it one by one and start on checking. You're not on Excel now. So for us, for it to be easier, so that we remove everything at once, what we are going to do is that we remember that this row, the data type there is date, right? So what we need to do is that we need to now transform it to date. Oya, change the data type to date. Click on date. Fortunately for us, the ones that are not date has been turned to error. Go down again. Go down. Yeah, this another one there. This another one again. This another one again. So for us to now remove it at once, um go to your home tab. Are you there? So you see remove rows. Click on the down arrow there. Then click on remove errors. But wait, sorry. Okay, just you can cancel the error of that step of remove error. You can cancel it. One thing I want to let you know is that once you are removing a particular error, sorry, a particular row, just make sure that information in other parts of that row, you don't need it, because once you remove row in one of the column, it's going to remove information in it in other column. This error that you are seeing here, this 112559 that you are seeing, is the sum. Okay, go to filtered, go under your apply step, click on filtered rows 1 under your apply step. Are you with us? Okay. So I want to show, let's look at this Q1 2018, right? This, the value under it, under sales here, is no, don't go to filter. Cancel. Q1, go down. Q1 2018, any Q information, just let us see that one. So this Q1 2017, for example, is telling you the sum of sales for first quarter 2017. That's what it's telling you. So another key thing that you need to know is that you need to understand the data very well, so that you know what you want to remove off and what you want to keep. So of course, since we don't want, of course, if the total is showing and we have it splitted again individually, we are double counting like that based on what we want to achieve for now. So since we don't need it, so that if we should filter this, all this queue off, then we are still fine with what we want to make use of our data for, right? So why I take you back is that you need to understand your data very well, so that you can know what to remove and what to not remove. Because as you want to remove all this queue away, we every information that relates to it in the other row too, we have to remove it off. So click on change type that we did under your apply steps. So now let's remove the errors. If you will notice that all these ones too is going to disappear, you will not see it again. So go to remove rows, click on the down arrow, then remove errors. Yeah, yeah, that's why I first explained that those Q is showing the total. For example, Q1 is showing total sales for the whole first quarter. I know first quarter is January, February, March, and that individual information already existed here. So of course we don't need it. So it's going to disappear and we are fine with it. So those Q are off, right? So next thing is we need to rename. Oh yeah, rename your attribute to date. And we are also fine with the data type that is specifying for each column, right? Then the next thing, okay, right, we are fine. So the next thing now is that we want it to also extract the year as a column, right? So you click on add column tab. Under home transform, add column view. Are you with us? Add column tab. No, the next one. Then go to date. You see, yeah, click on the down arrow. Then click on year, the arrow beside the year. So click on year. As you can see, it has specified the year for those sales. It's just it depends on what you want to use it for. You understand? For your analysis. But of course, what we say we want to achieve, it has been achieved now. So if you have any updates, you know, of course, remember the way I told you that you need to change the code before you now change the source so that you can have your updates and do your query at once. So let's time has been spent, and I hope we've learned something from what we have done, right? Hello? Yeah, yeah, they are recording. Yes, yes. Yeah, you need to do that. So for us to do, I sent the other exercise that I want us to treat. I will send it to the group, and I'm going to send how what I want to achieve, how I want the column to be. I'm going to send it to the group. So I want you to go and practice it. Then tomorrow will be our last day, which is we'll start by 2 o'clock to 4 p.m. So just for us to be able to finish it up and have a good understanding of what our Power Query is. Then also if you have any question you want to ask or any transformation that you have that you need to do, you can always send it to us to the group or private chat me privately. So I wish you guys best of luck in your workplace and your career. So thank you very much. So I hope no question. Yeah, so I'll end the call now. Oh, that's true. Mr. Nurudin, are you still there? Okay. So go to your home tab, then the down arrow, close and load, not refresh. Are you with us? Click close and load, the down arrow there. I'm not more seeing your screen now. Oh, you shouldn't have clicked that close and load. The first one. We wanted close and load too, so that we can describe the functions that are there too. Since you've already loaded it like this, you can't be able to change it again. So as any other person, okay, if you want to go back, go to power pivots. Or have you seen how you want to go back? Power pivots. Oh, go to your data tab, go to data tab. Wait now, wait, cancel. There should be a table sign with one pen at the downside like this. Right click on your exercise 1B. Yeah. You click see edit. uh So go to close and load. I don't think you can be able to change where you want to. You see, the close and load too is not highlighted again. So we want someone that has not yet loaded. So those are things that you need to be very careful of working with this Power Query with Excel. Assuming it's Power Query on Power BI, you should be able to change whatever you want to change. But Excel is just an add-in. It makes it reduce the functions available for query editors. But at least basic things can be done on the Power Query as an Excel add-in. But if you want to really enjoy Power Query, make use of that one that is on Power BI. Yeah. So has any other person loaded so that we can be able to show close and load to function? Is Joy still there? She has gone. Any other person? Okay, maybe I should share my own screen. I'm coming now. I'm trying to share my screen so I can show that for features of close and load too. Mr. Shitu, you're raising up your hand, right? Hello. Okay, let's hear you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow is we want to finish up the power query. It's two power query that we are taking tomorrow. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That will be available. So can you see my screen? Okay. Eh, those other ones. That's why we said show your interest. Let's know what you want us to teach you. You know. So just show your interest and we'll have the information with us. So if we have any free training or any other type of training, we'll let you know in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Thanks. So can you see my screen? Okay. I just have to do this fast. I didn't I'm not doing it as I was teaching you in the class, but I just want to show you the close and load to function. So you know how to go to close and load now. You click on this tab, then close and load to. Let's see what it's going to show us. So this is where it will now ask you, did you want it in form of table? Did you want to use only create connection? So if it is form of a table, it's going to show you the way Mr. Nodin was showing on Excel as a table. But this only create connection, let's do that. Then now if I'm clicking only create connection, it's going to just put it on the cloud for me. It won't come and put it on Excel table here. Then it's not better for me to also now add this data to the data model. And what does this signify is that so that I can be able to pick it up and use it for my analysis when I want to make use of power pivots. But I'm just going to only teach you this. We are not going to those other extreme side. So you now click load. So it's loading. I want to expand this. As you can see, these are the two workbook that I have created to load as connection only. So for example now if I want to now put it in power pivot, I can pick it immediately that okay, pick the one. Let me show you here. We are going to insert power pivot table. You can see from data model, right? That's why I said you need to put that, click on check that add data model so that you can always pick that information from there. Did you get it? So that's the function of close and load tool. Hello, did you hear? Hello? Hello? So let's call it a day if we are all fine. Yeah. So thank you very much all for joining. Yeah. Yeah. So great. Yeah.